Yeah, YouTubers, I'm doing this video here just to point out on the radar at weatherzone.com.au. Every time I've been checking for at least a good year and over a year, there's a HAARP in this part of Australia, and I've forgotten the name of it. It's not been investigating, and I'll skip ahead a bit. Also, you can see the date and time down here, 28th of 1st January 2014. Here I've got it on pause and play to show you the amount of beams, and I've counted at least 5 or 6 consecutive beams, mainly in the same direction. And when I've zoomed out and had a look, they are headed in the direction of Indonesia. If you follow it further along, it goes past some islands and actually heads up towards the Japan region, where, yeah, well, I don't know if it's got anything to do with quakes and all the things that have been going on. Not too sure how close the Philippines are to Indonesia, even though they're right directly above us. Like, this HAARP beam is coming from a massive HAARP array that on Google Earth, they'll point it out, coordinates. It's actually right on the tip, near some sort of thing, whatever. There is at the top, and also on some islands that are disconnected from the mainland. There is a TTA arrays, 4 of them, on a boat which is parked at a military dock. And I've been watching this for over a fucking year, of the beams coming from here. Occasionally they've come from Kalgoorlie down here and another place is close. And I did notice the other week, just before we've had all this hot weather, you can see the beams going on there now. That there is like a good fucking 50 kilometers, 40 miles, 50 miles long, coming from the exact same point. I've overlaid and done a video before of Google Earth underneath, and this is coming directly from the spot where the TTA array is, and these daylight, there's a fucking near Port Hedland. I've heard there's one near Port Hedland as well, but I've never seen anything coming out of there. It's always this TTA array here. I'll do another video with Google Earth. I'll find the HAARP here, there, and something else here, and the boat, the TTA arrays on the off islands here. And we'll post it and more than likely send it to Dutch so he can do some investigations, or Rev Michelle Hopkins, because yeah, I do not believe this is on, that we are harping and sending some sort of frequency in the direction of Indonesia, Japan, Philippines, every fucking day. One more I noticed the other week, which was strange, was one coming out of Bendigo. I did not know there was one there. It came out and was shooting in this direction. And that was just before the heat wave as well. Anyway, this is getting too long. I better go receiver out. G'day there, YouTubers. This is about the TTAs and the HAARPs that we've got here in Australia. This one up here has been very active in this region here. Very active. As you can see, the beam comes in. You can see part of it here. It's either on the Army naval base that's on the islands offshore, that's got a ship there with 4 TTAs on it, or it's a good Google spot. So I'm going to do a Google and add all these videos together. But we also have something or other point here. I've forgotten what it's called. We've got proof range in South Australia, which I'll point out after. This beam coming from there also seems like it could be coming directly from this HAARP array that we have there, which is a massive one. But we have a TTA array here that runs, a good 10-15 kilometers in the sky. I made a mistake on the other video I did. You can look at the date of this one. This is from the 5th of the 1st. It's a daily occurrence, and this is when I caught them doing a hell of a lot more. And there was a beam headed directly towards South Australia's proof range HAARP, which I live within 60 to 70 kilometers away from. and I have seen the rainbow colours in the sky at once. No earthquakes, just it was. Anyway, I'll let this play a bit. And where it was amazing to see it directly above in the direction where Proof Range is. Being a constant beam, it stays on for the whole. I'll go back to the beginning. Might chew up a bit of data. You see, I came to the page 5th of 1st, 3 p.m. You can see beams shooting on and off. These here that appear from nowhere, I call them chem bomb drops. Planes flying over, doing a big chem bomb drop because we're getting massive whiteouts of the sky from chem clouds blowing over, but no chemtrails laid. And I've done it with a ruler. It heads directly to second. Point this, and I've done it with a ruler. It heads directly to here, which you'll see on Rev Michelle Hopkins, where she's pointing out TTAs. This is Proof Range in South Australia. I can find that piece of piss on Google Earth. Also one in Kalgoorlie, which they got rid of our old weather system because, I'll include it in the video too, a huge HAARP ring showed up over Kalgoorlie. As soon as that happened, within a few weeks being posted on YouTube, someone thought it was a UFO, the daft punk. But anyway, yeah, that weather site got taken down. We also have one that shortly after this one I saw shooting a big beam down, I don't know, somewhere towards Antarctica or out into the middle of the ocean. You can skip a little bit. There was the cloud masses there. And yeah, I don't know, basically they heated up the clouds. We got no clouds come across. We did have slight clouds and slight raining where the grey skies should have really been raining if they were true clouds, but no, more like acid aluminium rain.
And this is what I have meant by TTAs being all over Australia. As you can see, all of these green triangles that look like frequency being emitted, all of these markers on here that have to do with sound, all of those are what I call TTAs. They transmit large amounts of frequency, not merely for communications, but for many other reasons as well. Look at how many there are just on Australia alone.
Here's a sample of Rev Michelle Hopkins' video showing proof where that degree centigrade is, and I live just up here. Anyway, I'll let it play with sound.
Let's go look at Google Earth. Go to Australia, reading from this little notch in this area right here. And as we zoom down on it, we find a place called Proof Range. What is Proof Range? Well, a Tesla Tech installation. First of all, nice round area with antenna. Then we have these silo-like structures. Now, this is not, no crops, and there's that looks like grain is going in a Tesla Tech, not silos. These are Tesla Tech structures with the same kind of accompanying buildings and no other kinds of structures around them that would indicate that they are silos, premises. There is a line going around the premises. But here are 4 different structures with what look to be antenna and accompanying structures in them. These are antenna arrays.
Okay people, so I've gone into Google Earth and I've found all the coordinates again of Exmouth Point here, the massive HAARP, the boat that's still parked there, that's been there for a year, not moving around this direction, where you can see there's 2 HAARP beams coming out. 3 actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Headed in the direction of Indonesia, I think that is, yeah, Indonesia. Also, all these spots here are all chem bomb drops, because there's no massive build-up of clouds that intense. If you look at the scale down the bottom, red is heavy. We don't have cloud cover, it's not rainfall, I haven't got that turned on. These, you can see them, they begin to appear and then bombs, or that's a massive chem bomb drop. There's going to be a massive whiteout. Anyway, getting back to the HAARP beam, I had this overlaid to Google Earth so you can see this point here. So I'll now close that down, and that's coming from one of these 2 points here. I'd say it's either coming from the massive HAARP array we've got here, Exmouth Point. You can see here, if you look around carefully, massive antennas in every corner. Massive antenna here, and I did 2 small dome points here. They seem to have 2 small dome-shaped TTAs. See an aerial there, if it's good enough. Aerial, TTA, TTA, TTA from the center. The Onslow, or actually on the bottom here, and section where all these HAARP beams are coming from, here, and there's got to be another one around there. Right, this is some kind of naval base. Here, oops, they got massive antennas. Look at the shadow thrown from that. There's the boat, there we go. I called it WA naval ship with 4 TTAs and military base. Now this ship, it's an oil ship, it's not a fuel ship, it's not an old naval ship. These are TTAs, people. And this is the direction where all these HAARP beams that I keep showing you, well, I keep showing you, should have been, haven't been able to keep track of it, are coming from. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And chem bomb drops everywhere. Anyone wants to go to www.weatherzone.com.au, click on radar, just have a look at lightning, terrain, radar, not rainfall, and for yourself. I'd like someone else to, you can leave on. Anyway, you can see this for yourself. I'd like someone else to have investigate into it. Now I've got to piece all these videos together. As you can see, this is later in the day, hours since I did the first part, and they're still firing beams. I want some answers. I want to know what the fuck's going on. Comment, people.